3, 2, 1, nu. Hej og velkommen. I dag skal vi ud og løbe lidt længere. Det er den 60. 20. dag, hvor vi ligger 100 meter ekstra til. Så vi skal ud og løbe 6 kilometer. And that's all the Danish you get. I thought I would introduce you to my native language of Danish. It's been 60 days and we just reached 6 kilometers, and I think that's quite impressive. I know we haven't run that far yet and there's still a long way to go, but it's been a really good start. The last 10 days have been unproblematic. I've had actually 2 days that were a bit lacking of motivation, but all in all, no problems. The one day was because I had been to a birthday, and the other day I was just tired. But I guess that's fair enough. It wasn't really my body that couldn't run anymore, so I'm very happy about that, because we are going a lot further yet. I got a comment yesterday I haven't had time to answer. They asked, but then the last week is about 350 kilometers, and yep, that is the target. When we reach the last week of the 500 days, it will be almost 350 kilometers in 1 week. That last month alone is almost 1,500 kilometers, or more than 900 miles. So it is going to be a very, very long September month next year. No, sorry, October. But for those of you who think this is impossible, I would like to recommend the video I made a couple of weeks ago with Danish, who actually ran 366 marathons in 1 year, which is actually a lot more than I'm doing. Now I am running for 500 days instead of 365, and it is going to be very, very hard, I'm sure, but I think it's possible. I believe that we'll get those 50 kilometers. But so far everything is good, much better than I could have hoped for. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna wait with all the noise here. Yep, so all in all, we're going about 12,500 kilometers within those 500 days. And so far, we've gone about, well, we're closing in on 200. So there are still a lot of kilometers left. But as you could hear, I started the intro in Danish. I thought it would be fun to try out some other languages, and I know a lot of you are Danes, so you understood everything, but I know that there are also many who are either American or British or a lot of other countries with many different languages. So I was actually considering now and then just making the intro in another language. Obviously I will need to practice some of them. We speak a lot of languages in Denmark because Danish is such a small language, but it still has some limitations. Everyone in Denmark more or less understands or speaks Norwegian and Swedish. We are taught it a little bit in school, but it's also very similar languages, so it's reasonably easy for us to understand, and it's the same in Norway and Sweden, where they understand. So if we meet people from Norway and Sweden, we could just speak our own language and they would speak their own language, and then we would more or less understand each other. Now, most of the Danes and most of the Swedes and Norwegians actually speak English, so sometimes it's easier to just default to English because that's such a common skill in all three countries. But I speak and understand some Swedish and Norwegian. Then obviously English, that's like my fourth language. And then we have German, which which I've been taught a lot in school. I've had many years of German. Now, I wouldn't brag about my German skills, but I would be able to communicate and understand German, so that I could go pretty far in Germany with the skills I've got. Then I speak a little bit of French, but I'm not very good at that. And that's about it for me. My wife speaks a bit of Spanish, the way that I speak French, and she also speaks German and English and so on. So, but language is important in Denmark. We need to know something else than Danish, because otherwise we just can't communicate with the rest of the world. There are only about, I think it's 7 million Danes. So not many people speak the language. But 60 days, all is good. The weather is beautiful. Tomorrow I have an interview with a person who certainly runs a lot more than me. He's an ultra runner, and we're going to hear what he has to say about running and training and all these things. I think it's going to be very interesting. He's going to the let me get this right, the UTMB, yeah, Ultra Trail Mont Blanc, and then CCC, which is short for 3 cities in France, Switzerland and Italy that the race go through. Now it's 101 kilometer. I think last I talked about it, I said 101 miles. That's a very big difference, but 101 kilometers, and they have 26 and a half hours to complete the run. So it's going to be interesting to hear about that. It's a real long distance to go, and I also want to hear how he's training, what he does, how much he runs, is he doing high intensity training and so forth. That's going to be really interesting. Now, we had 2 interviews while since 5 kilometers we had an interview with Niels Temkær, where we talked about smoking and cancer and the obvious health issues that comes with smoking, and how to quit and help with that. And then we had a run with an old friend of mine, Michael, where we mostly talked about running and some of the social aspects of running, and that maybe I should start finding someone to run with on a more regular basis, or it's going to be very boring. But 2 good interviews. I think that we will actually reach we'll have 2 interviews before 7 kilometers. The one tomorrow and then one more next week, and then I have a race on Saturday and a race next Sunday. So all in all, we have a lot of things happening at the moment, so that's good. I hope you enjoy the content, and then I'll just sign off for today, put on some music, and I'll see you in, let's see, well, we are going 6, so I'll see you in 4 kilometers for a small wrap up. We're almost done. 70 more meters, 60 more meters. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me on this 60th day. 12% of the days has been done now. Amazing. I just want to say thank you to all who supported me, and thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.